was going.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Talkin Top Tier. I'm your host, always doing the most. And as always, I don't think I fail y'all ever with bringing a very, very special guest. One of my favorite people in the world, a mentor, an icon, a legend. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for DJ Commando.
What's poppin'? What's good? What's good, everybody? How y'all doing? What's happening?
Wave to the fan.
Hey, I'm waving. I'm doing my walk across the catwalk wave. Y'all just can't see it right now.
We got audio and video.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Hey,
Yes.
Hey.
I'm loving this hoodie you rocking right here. Please show this camera. Anytime you see a red light, that's the camera we use.
Okay, cool. It says 50 years of hip hop. So I had to, give me one of these, man, and just, show love to the 50 years of hip hop because, I was around when hip hop started. So, yeah, I love that. So, yeah.
Didn't you start hip hop? No, I'm just
Hey, I wish I did, but I'd be a gazillionaire right now. But even the guy that started hip hop is not really a millionaire, but he's definitely a legend and he's definitely well known. And salute to that.
Absolutely.
So,
hip hop hip hop, DJing, we're going to get into all of it. And it's not always you just get a ton of money for what you do. Like, we have our good periods, but then there's also slow times, and then there's also fighting with the venues and all that. And I definitely want to get into it with you. Like, we're going to dive deep. Because this isn't our actual first interview. This is our first one on this platform, Talkin Top Tier, in the Sound Lounge. Shout out Soundbox Recording Studio.
Salute, Jalen.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What's
sir.
up, y'all,
and
man?
Rich, you already know what it is.
Yes, sir.
So this will be our first one on this kind of publication.
Cool.
So we got to do a full introduction from the beginning, like the audience is just meeting you. But I feel like at this point, everyone should know what a legend you are. So
thank you. I appreciate that.
One quick thing that I'll throw in there, you are our inaugural Lifetime Achievement Award recipient at the Iowa Music Awards year 1. Then you joined the Academy year 2.
Yes.
You have moved away, and we'll get into that. But then now we're going to be back going into year 4, re-adding you back to the Academy. So
definitely.
Welcome back, DJ Commando. Welcome
Thank you.
Home.
Exactly. This is home, baby, right here. So thank God that I'm back, man. I feel really good being back here and doing what I need to do to make sure that Iowa music is well known.
And we need you. We need you. You have been representing us for a long, long time in so many ways. But like I said, this is going to be, we're going to do a 2-part. So today will be part 1. We'll give them something short and sweet, and then we'll finish up with part 2. We'll schedule it because we got a lot more that we're going to get going for all of Iowa music and the artists and DJs and so forth.
So
let's take them back to the beginning, Commando. How did you get started in this DJ world, and where did you start at?
Well, I'm just gonna add it like this, man. It's a fun story for me to tell, man. When I was a kid, one of my rewards was always able to go to my sister and my brother-in-law's house because they had records for days, like for days. So I'm here in elementary school. So if I did good in school, they lived in Iowa City, Iowa. So I would always get an opportunity to go and stay at their house over the weekend. And they had a room down in the basement that had nothing but records down there. So I would always made sure that I did good in school so I can go stay with my sister and my brother-in-law. And I got a chance to go through their records and just go through and listen to everybody old school. R&B is my favorite. So I would always listen to like the Isley Brothers, Enchantment, the Stylistics, the Shy Lights, and the list goes on and on and on. Teddy Pendergrass, like there's just so many artists. I even jazz stuff too as well. And then back in the 80s, I should say, me, my cousin Sonny, and my guy Anthony Arrington, we got an opportunity to go to KLJC back in the 80s, and our guy Butch Cooper took us up there. He took us under his wing and took us up to radio, and that's how I got my, good start as far as with radio because I became a radio person before I became an actual DJ. I started being a DJ in 83 when I got an opportunity to get my own records, have, my own little turntable because it was a belt drive turntable back in that day. It was no direct drive or nothing like that. It was always belt driven. And so I got an opportunity to actually be on some turntables and do, learn about mixing and stuff like that and learn about, DJs like Grandmaster Flash and Jazzy Jeff and, other DJs right there. And, man, that's how I really got my start in DJing. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love a good origin story.
Yes,
So, and
yeah.
how long ago? How long ago would you say that was?
Well, I would say, I mean, I'd say like 80. So I'd say probably like maybe, what is it, like 40 some years now? Like, I'd say it'd be over 40 years. I'm going to say that. I'll
That's
just put it that way. It's
amazing.
over 40.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
man. Just a true legend and pioneer. And you started
Yeah.
right here in
In Cedar Rapids.
Cedar Rapids,
Yes.
Iowa.
Yep. This is where I got my start. This is where I got the kickoff. Yeah.
Man.
Sure did, man. So, yeah.
And like, talk to us, because I know a bit, but I want you to tell it. But like, talk to us about the places you've been and like the people you've worked with. Like, you are a well-known name all over the country. The DJ, it was just so crazy to me, but it's been about over a year now. But the DJ that was DJing during the Super Bowl parade in Kansas City, he's the one who let me perform during the Super Bowl parade.
Yes.
And me and him take a picture, and I've been shouting him out and so grateful for him even to this day. Shout out DJ Garvey.
Garvey, yep, that's my guy.
And
I love Garvey.
yeah,
man.
months later, I see he's got a picture with you, and I'm like, we met him randomly. Me and Tevin were at a bar the night before because we weren't planning to perform. We were just gonna be in attendance. We met him at a random bar. Like, we stopped at 3 different bars while in Kansas City. Like, this is so dope. Like, we're excited for the video to come after. We didn't even expect a performance. And we bump into him, and he's like, well, I'm a DJ, and I'm actually DJing during the parade tomorrow. And we're like, well, my song is getting used for the recap video. Like, we'd love to have you a part of it. And it was just crazy. The odds, like the universe bringing people together.
Yes.
And then, like I said, so we randomly met him that night, gave us one of the biggest opportunities of my entire career just off the strength. Like, we sent him the record, but I felt like he was going to work with us just off of our energy. And then, like I said, a couple months later, I see you in a picture with him, and it's just ridiculous. So you are well connected. Talk about your connections to other DJ coalitions and so forth.
Well, I mean, I just say I love meeting. I'm just gonna put it this way: I love meeting DJs. So whenever I'm traveling or going to another city, I always make sure that I try to reach out to the DJs as much as I can, or even being in like record pools and stuff like that. They connect you with other DJs in different cities and stuff like that. So, want to send a big shout out to the core DJs. That's one of my big core DJ coalitions I've ever been in. And then also we have the Bump Squad DJs that I've also been a part of too as well. So like I said, and also doing like shows and opening up for artists like Ice Cube, Tony, Rob Bass, Cool G Rap, DJ Polo, and the list goes on and on and on. Even opening up for artists like that, you get a chance to meet different DJs and stuff like that. So when I travel, I love trying to connect with the DJs and want to know who's the local DJs, either on the radio, in the clubs, whatever they're doing. I just love to connect with them. And so when I got the opportunity to be in the DJ organization of the core, I got a chance to meet so many DJs from, coast to coast. And just, being able to network with them. And then the funny part about it is when I really got a chance to get out and connect with the DJs, it was in 2002 at a place called the Cool Out Conference in Las Vegas at the Stratosphere. And that was my first ever big conference I ever went to. And when I got there, and shout out to Tony Neal, because Tony Neal is the one that got me into the organization. And got me into his record pool, actually, and he told me about the conference, and I went out there, checked it out. So I got a chance to meet a bunch of record label reps, a bunch of DJs, a bunch of artists, and everything like that. So anytime I told anybody I was from Iowa, they were like, Iowa? Is there any black people in Iowa? And I'm like, yeah, there's plenty of black people in Iowa, man. And I was on the radio at the time, too, when I was out there, too. Shout out to KBOL. I went out there and I was representing, and, they were like, man, it was, I've never met a DJ from Iowa. I've never really met anybody from Iowa, and so I just represented, told them about Iowa and told them what I was doing and this and that, and just made the connections, and also, like I said, got be a part of the core DJs. And all of a sudden we had retreats and different conferences, and we were traveling to Chicago and Florida and Dallas and and lost in St. Louis and other places, and just got connected with the artists and the DJs there, and learned about them being on the radio and stuff like that. So that's how the connection really kicked off. Was in 2002, and really meeting a lot of the DJs and stuff like that. So yeah, that's
one of the coolest things. And you're so about Iowa and bringing people on, but it was like one of the early years of my career. You put me on a conference call. I can't remember if it was Core DJs or not, but it was a big dude. So it might have been Tony Neal. And he led the call, and he was like, we're on this call today to find out what the artists and what the musicians need and how we can serve them and how we can help them the most.
Yeah.
And it was like only the top DJs and like one artist, and you had allowed me to be that one artist.
Yeah.
But he was like, and before we start, Commando, if you start talking about these Iowa artists,
yeah.
We're not here
Tony.
to put on the whole state of Iowa
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
We just looking for a specific artist.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
fact that he even said that and called you out on a conference call with like 100 different people,
Yeah.
not only like he was being funny, of course, but
Of course, that's Tony.
it's still nice to know, like, when I'm not in the room, when no Iowa artist is in the room, you are in the room, and you
Right.
are representing them, and you are beating them down with, hey, Iowa needs this, Iowa needs that. We got
Right.
some talent out here. So
Right.
that was many moons ago, and I know you've only went harder since then.
Right.
Let's talk about, a couple accomplishments you have. You've been on so many different radio stations.
Yes.
You were on Rap City on BET back in the day.
Yeah.
You've started an online radio station, and then you're still actively on Vegas radio. So talk to me about your journey, television, radio, and then what the future looks like.
Okay, well, like I said, I started at KLJC back in 1980. Well, actually, we wasn't actually on the air, but we got introduced to radio back then, and then from there on, I got a chance to be on KLJC, had my own show, and did a lot of things on that radio station, and then also on KBBG in Waterloo. Got a chance to go up there and meet the owner of the station, and he passed away sometime in 2000. I can't remember which actual year, but I've been on KBBG several times doing that. And like I said, I tried to even start my own KNHB, which is No Holds Barred. I tried to do that. I really wanted to, like I said, I really wanted to turn that into something, but in due time, I might bring that back. You just never know. That is still in the back of my mind. And then also, I got an opportunity to be on Rap City. There was a buddy of mine that worked for TBT Records, and that's an old school record label that Little John and Pitbull and them used to be on. And I was helping work in some record projects. And my guy that was on there, he was like, I don't have any money to give you. I said, but I can give you an opportunity. And it was an opportunity to be on Rap City. And I'm like, you know what? Yes. Let's do that. So I got a chance to fly, and the cool part about it is too, exactly. And the cool part about it is too, it was also during one of our core retreat weekends in Miami, Florida. So I made it a whole weekend. It was pretty dope. So what I did was I flew to New York. I did the Rap City joint. Khaled had a party that night, a rooftop party that night. So I got a chance to go to that party and enjoy, man, a bunch of different artists and people. It was crazy.
And like, I'm thinking about the year. This is way before DJ Khaled was the DJ Khaled.
Yeah,
he is
2007.
today.
Yeah, 2007,
so
man.
07, I feel like he didn't pop till
Yeah.
like 2014.
Yeah.
Like, artists don't understand
Yeah.
that the grind is long, man. And
Yeah.
like, you were mentioning TBT with Lil Jon. So it would have been probably Crunk era or like
Yep.
a little bit after the Crunk era.
Mhm.
And then you got a recent story where you just read it to Lil Jon.
Yeah, we was gonna get into. I moved out to Vegas just this year, and so one of my guys that I met out there, he was like, he was on Instagram, and he was like, hey, Little John is DJing at this spot out here, and I got tickets if you guys want to go. And I'm like, man, I hit him up. I'm like, I want to go. So because I heard Little John could DJ, and I've always wanted to see him spin. So I'm like, okay, let me see how Little John spin. So I went out there to check him out, got a chance to go backstage, and I had my radio badge on. So I seen his manager pull him out the back room,
Yeah.
and I was like, hey, I'm DJ Commando. I work for KCEP, here at the local radio station. He was just like, man, you don't even need that badge. Come on. So I got a chance to go and just hang out and just watch John spin, and John can spin, y'all. I just want to let y'all know,
Right.
these people love Little John spinning. I'm telling you, it's crazy. And then I got a chance to meet him. And then after that, I think I went to maybe one or two other events that he was doing. And yeah, he did a pool party, and oh my God, he got, like, when he talking about King of Crunk, that's the King of Crunk, boy. He got them people like, wow, at this pool party.
And what's so dope, you told me, like, when you show up to these things, it's like, you know, we're always going to be humble in who we are. Like, that's the Iowa mentality. So it's like, hey, I'm Commando. At that point, John just tell you, like, come on, man. Like,
exactly. I know who you are.
Yeah.
Like, I know who you are now, so you ain't got to worry about that no more. So I was like, that's cool, man. So, and like I said, John's a man. He's a different dude, man. He's a different beast when he's like chilling and not on his, you know, on his artistry and all that type of stuff. He's a really good dude. Yeah. So, and then also, like I said, I just mentioned too as well, I'm on KCEP Power 88. It's a Las Vegas station, and I'm still on there now. And actually, November marks 3 years. I've been on that station for 3 years now. Nice. And I have a show on there called The Live Drive at 5, and it's Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. But, you know, wherever you are, you can do the math and know that I'm on there for that hour and doing the thing. And then also on a Saturday show with a street connection with a couple of guys, too, and that's from 6 to 8 on there, too, as well. And then, let's see, I'm trying to think what else. Oh, let me finish this, too, as well, because I got a chance to go to do Rap City. Mm-hmm. I did the thing with DJ Khaled, and then the next day I got a car and I drove all the way down the coast, and we drove all the way down and went to Miami, Florida for our core DJ weekend, which was pretty dope too as well. So that was a long trip, a long weekend, but it was so much fun because I got a chance to DJ on South Beach in Miami too as well, and it was Twista, Busta Rhymes, and somebody else. At this little spot on South Beach, man. So yeah, it was a really, really fun weekend that weekend, man. That's so I will always remember that weekend like it was yesterday. And then other than that, that's really about KBOL too as well. I was on KBOL, and that's when I really could say that my career kicked off when I was actually on that station of KBOL. So salute to Minister Michael Muhammad and my guy DJ Days, rest in heaven, man. And I miss you, brother, on that one. But yeah, so and those were the guys that really, you know, stood behind me as far as with KBOL and all that. So yeah, that's basically my whole little radio story right now that I have that I can think of. So something else might come out.
I love it. So, like that's just amazing, and all the people you've connected with, and you're just well respected. I can go, and you know, I travel now a lot more for music, and anywhere I go, I say your name, they know exactly who you are. Yeah, I'm like, you know, DJ Commando, they be like, Troy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they do.
I had the pleasure of going to a core DJ retreat just maybe last year or 2 years ago, and it is so epic, and the people you meet and shake hands with, you will never imagine. But like, you'll meet somebody at one of these retreats. You know, like now I met somebody 2 years ago. I did something just last year. We were at South by Southwest, and we got a big mansion, and everybody had a room, and one of the people that had a room was Fendi the rapper, but this is before she had her big breakout record. Right. So we're just kicking it, eating breakfast, cooking for each other, like chilling. Had no idea she was about to go to where she is, and it's like that comes from the traveling and the networking and being consistent. And I don't see anybody more consistent than you right now, brother. Like for that length of period that you've been doing this, and then you're just so active, and now you're stepping more into a role of helping artists. Can you talk to us more about that and opportunities?
Well, one of the things that like I said, I'd moved back here from Las Vegas, and one of the things that I want to really do right now is to really help my city out, help my state out for that fact, and even local artists, even outside of the Iowa area, but mainly being here, this is my home. I really want to focus on getting these Iowa artists, Iowa talent out here, let them be exposed, let them be heard, and just really try to give them the exposure that they deserve and that they need. And it does come with hard work. It does come with focus. And it does come with responsibility and criticism and feedback. And We can go into depth as far as the feedback side of it on a later time. But like I said, I just really want to get you guys out here because it's just time, man. It's time for other areas to be heard. And that's why I salute people like Glorilla, because it's like she's in the market of Memphis and killing the game right now. Killing it. So if Memphis can do it, we can do it too, man. And I think that we have the artists out here that we can make that happen, man. So salute to Iowa, salute to Cedar Rapids, salute to, everybody that's really trying to get into this music game, because it's a big world out here, but we can definitely make it happen. And I'm definitely want to be one of those ones to basically uplift, to give any feedback I can, and to be the one that can guide us through this road, man, through the next phase of this music industry, man. So yeah, I definitely want to do that.
Yep.
So yeah.
Before I started the Iowa Music Awards, I would say I approached you probably, we just did year 3, so I probably approached you 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You were one of the first people I knew I had to not only just check in with, see if this was a good move, but I needed your blessing. I needed your approval before moving forward with that.
Right.
2 years later, we did it. Honored you with the Lifetime Achievement Award. And like I said,
thank you for
just
that.
the other day, you got a whole nother lifetime of work ahead of you. I'm looking forward to it and being a part of that journey.
Me too.
With that being said, we're bringing you back onto the Academy.
Yes.
I would love to sit with you and maybe start a live stream show where we review local artists.
Yeah.
You've got FM radio connections that, you're so graceful enough to offer opportunities to artists like myself and local independent artists in Iowa.
Yes.
So we definitely want to try to utilize that to help more artists get radio play.
Most definitely.
Continue to push what we got.
Most definitely.
This is just part 1, catching up with Commando. That's the title.
Right. Hey, I'm with it. I'm with it all day.
A couple announcements, couple big things. So part 2 will be even crazier. Real quick, we do 2 games. We do either this or that, or top 5. We can do one of them on this one or one of them on the other one. Would you like to do top 5 DJs or this or that? This or that is quick, spitfire. You won't get any elaborations today.
Oh, geez. Well, you know what? Let's do the top 5.
Okay.
Man, since we already kind of talked about it anyway.
All right. We going top 5.
Yes, top
with DJ
5.
Commando. We got to do
Lord
top 5
mercy.
DJs. Normally, I give them in an order. Instead, I'm just going to go down my top 5, and then I'm going to have you do yours. So in no particular order, my top 5 DJs of all time.
Come on. Of all time. Okay, go ahead.
All right. I got Jam Master Jay in my list.
That's cool. Nice. Very nice.
I got DJ Kool Herc in my list.
Okay. Yeah.
I got Grandmaster Flash in my list.
Okay.
I got DJ Who Kid.
Yeah.
Who Kid.
Okay.
That's my boy, though. So
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
And
Definitely.
I will say, like I said, no order, but this one has to be my number 1. When I seen him live, it was absolutely amazing. It was only like 3-4 years ago. So he's one of those ones still doing his thing. DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Yes, sir.
I knew him from The Fresh Prince and as a character. Loved him then. Got to see him in person, and oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's my number 1.
Yes.
Go ahead. So once again, Jam Master Jay, DJ Kool Herc, DJ Who Kid, Grandmaster Flash, and DJ Jazzy.
Yes. Okay.
Who you got in your top 5, Commando?
Now, not in any order. and the thing,
I already knew you wasn't gonna give me the order. All right, we gonna be here all day. I gotta pick up my daughter.
I know, right? But check this out. And the thing about it is like DJs to me, as long as they're doing their craft, man, I love what they do. I love what DJs do, because that's why I became a DJ, is because I love what they do. First off, we will have Grandmaster Flash. Next, we will have Jazzy Jeff.
Okay.
Number 3, we'll have.
Still in mine.
Yeah, I hear you. I have to steal that one because oh my goodness, I met him, man, and just to know what he created as far as the turntable, that's bananas. Do your history on learning who created the turntable and how the turntable became.
What?
He was a big part of that.
Wow.
Yes.
Did not know.
Yes, so now you do. Okay. All right, and number 3, my guy DJ Scratch from EPMD, who used to be with EPMD. Number 4 is my guy Melstar, and I'm telling you, he's a new guy. Well, I ain't gonna say he's really a new guy, but he's one of those guys that you need to do your research on. DJ Melstar, that dude is a beast.
Okay,
he is a beast. And then I'm just trying to think of I forgot who my number 5 was. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, let's see. Grandmaster Flash, Jazzy Jeff, Scratch, Melstar. And oh my God, I forgot who my number 5. Oh, we'll say Cash Money. I love. Oh no. I want to say Rock Raider.
Rock
Raider. Rest in peace, Rock Raider. Because I'm gonna say it's a tie between him and Cash Money. Okay. Because if you go and look at the DMC battles back in the day, them boys was cold.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Cash Money was a little earlier than Rock Raider, but Rock Raider, man, he did some stuff, man. Like he would pick up the mixer and use a fader on his stomach and just move the fader, move the mixer on his stomach and stuff like that back and forth, and killed it. Like so, yeah. So them are my 5, man. It's Flash, Jeff, Scratch, Rock Raider, and Melstar. Yep.
And Jam Master Jay.
Like I said, I have more, man.
Oh, yeah. I know you can go all day. I was like, ooh, we taking a chance with this one.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, overall, I love all my DJs, man. Salute to all my DJs. Like, if you're a DJ out there and you love your craft and you love doing what you do, man, and it ain't just about the money, boom. You got my blessing.
What's crazy is DJing changed my life for a lot of great reasons, and a lot of it was the money that helped a lot. Right. I was able to step away from my job at GoDaddy. I was making 6 figures, and
it is what it is.
When I first bought that board, you were the first person I called. You pulled up. You taught me quite a few things that I still use to this day. About 8 years ago, I will forever be grateful for that.
You're
grateful
welcome.
for
my
you,
pleasure.
everything you've done. Where can they find you at, Commando?
You can find me at Instagram at DJ Commando 1. That's DJ COMMANDO, the number 1. And you can also find me at DJ Commando on Facebook. And I think that's about. Those are really the only ones I use besides Snap, which is DJ Commando. Other than that, that's really it. Yeah, because I don't even use Twitter that much anymore. Wow.
They call it X now.
I know, right? It's crazy. Like, wow.
All right, y'all. That was another episode of Talkin Top Tier. We catching up with Commando. This is part 1.
Part 1,
for the live review series. We're going to be helping artists all over.
Yes.
He gave his information. Hit him up. Submit your music. Send him some drops. Let's work. Let's put on for Iowa. This man has been doing it. Let's get it. Appreciate you,
man.
brother.
I appreciate you too, my brother. Definitely, man. So remember, y'all, get yourself together, get your music together, because I'm coming for you.
Let's go.
I'm coming for you.
Talkin Top Tier.
Talkin Top Tier. Boom.
Just like that.